Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome to this interview edition. We have the man, Cobra himself. Hello, Cobra.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, so it has been a while since your last interview. It's been a good number of weeks. By the time this comes out,
Mm-hmm.
it has been even more of a long while. But with that
Mm-hmm.
said, a lot has changed in such a certain amount of time, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
have ever since your match against Rykon, you two are doing totally opposite things. One is going for the title. The other one is was participating in a number of matches to get back to the top. Right? You faced a number of
Well, yeah,
competitors.
I defended my contender spot for the title, whoever wins. I'm like the number one contender, and once that title fight happens, I'm going up against whoever wins. But there's one last opponent I haven't faced yet, but I saved him for last, because yeah, a vicious guy.
Yes,
And
this
as for what's
person.
changed,
Hmm.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. As for what's changed with me, well, I've got I've decided to switch up my fighting style, and I've decided and I worked on my physique ever since last time. Um, yeah, I'm no longer, because this is what I saw in the footage against me and Rykon. Like, this is what I saw in the footage in our fight. I was going after him too much. I was too aggressive. I was too reckless, throwing shots, throwing haymakers, missing a lot of them. I was just trying to get him on the floor, and yeah, that got me in the end because I was too tired to throw any strikes at him at the end. So yeah, I worked on the following three things: endurance, stamina, and punching power. That's all I've been training on. I've been learning on how to last long in the ring, have a lot of stamina, and I've been working on my punching power like crazy. And I've been working on endurance, how to take a punch, how to take body kicks, how to take head kicks, because that's what he was killing me last time with: head kicks, body kicks. And as you can see, I've gotten way bigger. I'm a bit bulkier. I'm a bit bigger, yeah. It's because I want to be able to take a punch and throw one back equally as hard. You understand?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I've gotten heavier. I was like 200. I was 200 when I fought him. Now I'm 265.
Hmm.
I've gotten heavier, man. Continue.
Okay. Well, you see, you've gone through a drastic change in your pursuit over the championship. You're getting there to
Yes.
that championship run. Um,
Mhm.
Obviously, Rykon, he has his sights set on that championship. He's going up against Calvin on a later date.
Yeah.
But you once said that you're voting for Rykon to win. But since then,
Because
your choice has
honestly,
changed. You wanna tell us why?
well, it has changed because now I'm a bit neutral. I'm a bit neutral now. I'm not gonna. I don't really have anyone to pick for the winner, because I don't know. I have. You were right. I have changed my choice from Rykon. I just have it neutral now. I'm not betting on Calvin to win. I'm not betting on Rykon to win, because honestly, this fight can go either way. And to me, it's just to see who. It's interesting to me because on one side, Rykon has a bit of advantages on of his own, but on the other hand, speaking of which, I just had sparring matches with Calvin. Yeah, he invited me to do sparring matches with him, and of course, these are just sparring matches. They don't really count, and the champion wasn't really trying to go after someone. He was just trying to work out and, you know, get back in shape. You understand? These sparring matches, they don't really count. They don't really mean anything. You understand?
Okay.
I don't think if I mean you wouldn't count them. I don't think anyone in their right mind would count these to anyone's record, because it's sparring matches, not official fights. But yeah, I've been in the sparring matches with him, and let's just say Rykon is up against a really talented fighter. I'm not going to say what he does, because that's his privacy. But he's up against a very talented fighter. But on the other hand, Calvin is up against a really talented fighter as well. So to me, I'm neutral now because of that.
Okay. So, um, there's been showings of you doing a little bit of a heel turn, a little bit.
What is
You
that's
wanna,
what you what
well,
I'm the bad guy? Is that the
well,
public's idea of a bad guy? Like,
well,
come on now.
not to the fans, more toward the main event, so to speak. You've been a recurring character almost in that aspect, uh, and you've been getting on the challengers' irritation. You have anything to comment on that?
Well, I don't really see a reason for folks to. Well, I'm just trying to get my way back, and I'm right now at the number one contender spot, and the fact that Rykon finds it irritating, I don't know why, but because I showed him respect at the end of my fight after we went the distance and he won by decision. I I don't know how I'm irritating him, but I've shown him nothing but respect, and I'm just trying to keep it respectful. But if he just doesn't like me, I can understand that. He probably just does not like me around, which is fine. Not everyone has to like each other. It's fine. So I can understand to a certain extent why he's a bit irritated, but I've shown nothing but respect. So I don't understand this heel turn thing, because heel turns and bad guys, they don't show respect. They talk a lot of shit. I mean, look at Conor McGregor. He was like a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now all I've done is just fight my way back up to the number one contender spot, and all of my fights by KO, and I've shown nothing but respect to each fighter. So I don't know. Next question.
Okay. So you're in you're in the undercard. You're going to be going up against Mike Tyson himself. We already said that, but obviously from your last interview, you said that you viewed him as a bit of a inspiration. You've adopted.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah,
That's
similar of his mannerisms and how he goes, like he pushes forward.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Yeah.
ironic that now you two are going up head to head, and if you beat this man,
Well,
you're a strong contender leading into that championship.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, could you imagine, like, the feeling of going up against your idol is a bit scary, and this man is an animal in a good way, in a fighter way, but yeah, he's the hardest puncher in combat sports history. I couldn't punch like him. Rykon can't punch like him. Not even Calvin can hit the bag like he does. He has the hardest punch, and I've seen him recently in these sparring matches. And people say he couldn't do shit in the UFC. He's knocking dudes around. They can't do nothing against him when he's standing up. And I don't even want to imagine what he's gonna do if you teach him how to submit. I mean, could you imagine if you put someone into a submission? I don't think he's gonna ever let go of that grip.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a terrifying aspect of him, and also he's my idol, but still, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what I can do against him. It is Mike Tyson after all. I don't know what happened, but he magically seemed to went back into his 20s. Have you seen him? He looks young again.
Yeah.
Literally looks young again. I'm like, how did he do that? And yeah, it's pretty horrifying at the same time. But I'm going to do my best against him, and if I defeat him, yes, I will be a strong contender for that title. Yes, I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna make any. If you're gonna ask me what's my prediction for the fight, I'm just gonna say I'll be there. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna knock him out in like round one. That's just crazy. It's Mike Tyson, bro. Don't. No.
Okay.
So.
Well, okay, so the last thing I want to ask you. Well, actually, no, I have a question after that. But this question is important,
Go
very
ahead.
important.
Ask all the questions, man.
It was rumored, it was heavily rumored actually, that you intended to challenge Rykon to a retirement match. What was that all about?
Well, let's just say when you're a competitive guy and you lose, I'm not gonna say I was butthurt because I took the loss and now I just want a rematch with him, and as for what I meant for that, this so-called retirement match, well, it wasn't really me retiring and I want one last match. It was like sort of a circumstances thing. Basically, I wanted a rematch against him, but in this rematch, I wanted to set up a scenario where I literally test if I can really win under pressure, because in the UFC, if you can't fight or even try to fight under pressure, the guy should not be there.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do still. I just want to have a rematch against him so that if I lose, it shows to me that I just can't be in the UFC anymore, because if I can't handle the pressure of that, I should not be here. So yeah, but at the same time, it's more like a fight that just is there to prove if I'm good. That's all. To myself, really. Now, I have a question for you. Considering the fact that we all know Mike Tyson's history, we all have seen his fights. What is your prediction for this fight, sir?
Let's see. Well, Mike Tyson, I can respect him and what he does. You, however, is a different story. But I know what you're capable of. In fact, I know what you both are capable of. And at your fullest, it's pretty scary what you two can both do in that octagon. So it's really hard to come up with a decisive answer. It could literally be any of you two that emerges victorious in that octagon. But with that said, it's basically experience and power versus power and agility, speed. It's literally like the best of both worlds coming head to head. With that said, I have to say, personally, I would go for Mike Tyson. But when it comes to like predictions, it could go both ways. To be honest, either way, the winner would do me proud. So that's my answer to that.
Hello?
Yes.
Why'd you just went silent for a bit, but okay.
Yes, I was done with my question or answer.
Okay, next question.
All right, final question. It depends between Calvin and Rykon who would win in that championship fight. Either way, we're gonna have a winner, regardless of if that match even comes into fruition or not. But with that said, depending on who emerges victorious and has that championship over their shoulder, between those two, what statement do you have to say to either of them?
To either of them?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna say this. Whoever wins that title, whoever wins it, just know that I'll be here ready, so they don't have to wait on any scheduling conflicts like we've had with this fight with Rykon and Calvin. You're his manager after all. Like, yeah, we've been having scheduling conflicts from both sides. So it's really, the UFC fans are not happy about that, because when you hype up something and it keeps getting delayed over and over again, it tends to piss people off. But I understand the reason, and it's fine. Now as for what I'm gonna say to him, well, whoever wins that fight, just know I'll be here ready. No scheduling conflicts. I'll be here ready to fight.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first from Cobra himself. So we're anxious to see what will happen soon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see their fight as well as the championship match in the octagon soon. Stay tuned.